I produced the episode when Suge tells the story about Wolf. I mean, about Big J getting killed in Atlanta, right? In that episode, Suge revealed who killed Big J, right? And he cleared Wolf's name and said that it wasn't Wolf. And a lot of people out here were saying that Wolf killed Big J, right? But Gene always stood on that it wasn't Wolf. It wasn't Wolf. It wasn't Wolf. Wolf didn't kill Big J, right? So this is when I was cool with Gene, potty mouth ass nigga, right? So being that I was cool with Gene before the episode came out, I told Gene, yo, you was right. Wolf didn't kill Jake, and just chill and wait. The new episode uh, of Collect Calls with Suge Knight is going to reveal that um, it wasn't Wolf that killed Jake. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I'm like, chill, Gene. Just relax. Just relax, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Just relax. Let the episode come out. Then you can tell everybody, I told you. That will be your I told you moment. When the episode come out, nigga, right? But Gene can't hold piss, right? That nigga can't hold his teeth in his mouth. If he had dentures, every time he talked, them shits would spit out on the floor, Dame Dash style, right? So Gene couldn't wait. Yo, Cho, when the episode coming out? Which episode? Relax, right? Because the Collect Calls with Suge Knight, they had animation in it. So the animation takes a long time to render. It took a lot and then on top of the footage and everything else that that go in there, it took a while for the episode to come out. So Gene, bitch ass, he couldn't wait. He get on the internet on his show, man, yeah, and Suge is gonna come out and he gonna tell y'all in the next Collect Calls that Wolf didn't do it. Oops, sorry, Choke. Not only did he reveal that I was talking to Suge, and I told him I ain't want nobody to know. If I wanted anybody to know, I would have put my name in the goddamn credits, right? He goes and said, this is why I stopped fucking with him, right? Because he went and revealed something. Kid just wanted to be the first nigga to say something. This is why I stopped dealing with him, right? Because I didn't want nobody to know that I was talking to shit, right? I didn't want nobody to know that I was producing the Collect Calls, right? So being that he did that, that alerted certain people, right? Um, Pork butt in particular, right? So even after that, I still wouldn't say anything, right? So I told Suge in advance, you know, before the episode came out, I told him, yo, nigga, I told Gene about, and I explained to him that I told him the reason why I told him is because, you know, he was standing on that Wolf didn't kill Suge. I mean, kill Jake and shit. And he like, why would you trust that nigga? Look what he doing to Diddy. Why would you tell him anything? And I'm like, you right. You know what I'm saying? And which was true. Why I tell Gene, we see Gene can't hold his piss, right? So moving past that, right? That's how long I've been talking to Suge. And I've been talking to him damn near daily at times for a long period of time, right? So a lot of information that I got came from him over these 2 years of period, right? Now, Now, moving forward to today, right? I know that I can't believe everything that he said to me, right? Because over a time period, I started to learn that he was lying to me, right? So now there's other shows and other stuff that I've done too that I'm still not going to reveal right now. I'll give y'all the collect calls, right? But there's still other shows that I produced as well. I'm just not going to say it, right? And the people who know who shows that I produced or I hooked them up with, they are my witnesses, and I don't have to say their names because they know this is true. There's a bunch of stuff that y'all watch that I'm behind, right? Now, another person that I hooked him up with was RJ Bond, right? RJ Bond met Suge through me, right? Now, here's another thing. I was supposed to produce a series, right? With Suge, right? I wrote this whole thing. I was producing and directing it, right? I wrote this whole series out, this, that, and the other. He linked me up with some dudes that was supposed to finance this thing, or they was executive producing it, right? I did all this work for months, writing out this whole series or whatever, right? I was supposed to get paid from this production company, you know, and I'm seeing that they bullshit, and I'm telling Suge that these niggas is janky, but he not believing me, right? But I could tell because I've been producing for 30 years. I've been producing for major networks. So I know when what the process is to produce, right? So these dudes was full of shit, right? Um, and I could see it. And I'm sitting there and I'm telling Suge, yo, these niggas, they not moving right. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this is real or whatever. Make a long story short, I was right, right? So I took months in writing this series, and it's fire, right? So I went through sitting down with this dude and him going over his life story with me so I can put this series together. So I done got this dude's whole life story. Stories y'all never ever heard, right? All the way back from childhood all the way up because I'm putting this series together, right? And I'm still sitting on this, right? It's mine because I wrote it, right? Um, and I never got paid for it. So with all these different, all this stuff, all this, writing out all this stuff or whatever, it didn't happen, right? So um he stopped dealing with those dudes and started dealing with somebody else, right? Somewhere in the process of that, um, I hooked him up with RJ Bond because RJ Bond was had gave me some information on he had like documents of like the sale of the building that Suge owned that went into Reggie name and stuff like that. When Reggie say that he brought this building or he brought Suge building this, that, and the other. Stuff like that. RJ Bond had the documents from. So I hooked RJ Bond up with Suge, right? You know, because he had these documents and stuff. That was part of the reason. And RJ Bond was working on the Tupac cover up thing at the same time. So he's never met Suge. He's never talked to Suge. I'm the one that introduced him to Suge, right? So I hook him up with RJ Bond, right? He started dealing with RJ Bond. For some reason, you know, he done turn him against me, right? That was the first strike with me realizing that, Suge ain't as stand up as I thought he was, right? Now, when I come to find out that they start doing or working on this series or whatever, or this project, and cut me out, and now he got RJ Bond going to the meeting, right? And it kept saying, "Oh man, yo, we almost ready, man. You gonna have to come out to LA." Da, 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 da. Then it goes from that to silence. Now he got RJ Bond going to meet with these people, whatever. And I believe it's for the thing that I created, right? So I didn't even notice, right? Until I started speaking to RJ Bond again, because me and him kind of fell out, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm like, you going to the meeting for like, wow, like you cut out the black guy, no, not making this a racist thing, right? But now I plug you with RJ Bond, and now he's going to meetings, and I never go to a meeting, or I'm not like getting called for the work. But you sending him to the meeting for the wow. Okay, that was strike one for me, right? You know the saying, first time shame on me, you know, the second time shame on you, right? So that kind of hurt me because I put in a lot of work, and then I never got my bread from the other guys, right? So now y'all moving forward without me, and like, but you telling me, oh, I'm gonna be called to these meetings, this, that, and the third. That was the first shame on me.